You can see on her first somersault, I could tell she was a little bit off. You saw the little stutter step of her second foot before she went into the second one. It's just unusual to see her make that kind of mistake. I spoke to Marta Caroli, her beam coach, to ask if she was going to do her triple turn, and she said no. And that's when she explained about the difficulties they've been having in training and that they're tired. It's long hours.
Well, clearly Okino is dejected over her performance. The officials marks 9.337. Well, in contrast, and as a result, Kim Zmeskal is victorious in her quest for a second gold medal at these championships. So our results in the women's beam competition. Kim Zmeskal brings home the gold once again. There's a two-way tie for silver. Bogunskaya finished 6th, Okino 8th. In the parallel bars, it's a tie for gold between Alexei Vorofeyev and Li Jing from China. Kathy is with Kim Zmeskal on the floor.
Kim, congratulations, your second gold medal and individual event title. Let's talk about the balance beam. Have you ever seen that many problems from so many people?
I don't think so, not in an event finals. Luckily, I went up early enough in the rotation so I didn't have to watch everybody fall and think in the back of my mind that I could fall too.
Is this beam any different?
Well, it feels a little shaky. Today's the first day that I really felt comfortable on it.
Not too bad. Well, let's look ahead to Barcelona. I know this one was a little bit of a surprise just because usually you can count on Bogunskaya and Betty Okino hitting and really having a tight competition. What does this do for you going into Barcelona?
Well, it gives me a lot of confidence knowing that I can win what's not even my best event.
So the world awaits an Olympic showdown. From the flying dismounts off the beam in the World Championships to the flying buttresses of the Notre Dame Cathedral in the heart of the city, we'll be back to Paris with the men's high bar competition in just a moment. Welcome back. We begin now the men's horizontal or high bar competition. This is Japan's Yukio Ikitani, and the last time we saw him was at the finals of the 1991 World Championships when he scared us all as he showed how dangerous the high bar can be. Bart Connor was there.
There's a big tap for a huge... Oh, no! Oh.
I have worked on that particular move, and everything was fine. Timing was very good, and I have never missed that move in the practice and 30 seconds warm-up. So I felt I was just going for the trick, and I was adrenalized, and I was too excited about catching the bar that made me to come close to the bar. Actually, in fact, I was too early. So that's the way it happened. But the injury itself, I was recovered very quickly, and fortunately it was a very light injury. But actually the part it took the most time to heal is my lower back, which was hyperextended. And hitting the shoulder was not a very bad injury. He was recovered from that part very quickly.
So Yukio Ikitani gets the opportunity to prove that his recovery is complete on the high bar. The 21-year-old out of Tokyo, Japan.
It's interesting to see that he's looked great here all week long, but he did take the move out that he crashed on about 7 months ago in the World Championships. Normally it came at the beginning of the routine. Instead, he's changed his release sequence from the one-arm giants. There's a reverse hecht. 2 in a row. Nicely done. He really pops out every movement. Notice he's quick, crisp with his movements. Comes a dismount. All right.
There certainly didn't seem to be anything tenuous about that routine.
Kind of interesting that he changed his routine completely. I don't know whether he can still do the Gaylord movement that he crashed on at the Indianapolis World Championships, but He did put together a routine which included other moves, including this great dismount, a full twisting double, and stuck it well.
So Ikitani's return to the World Championship competition earns him a score of 9.70.
And what a relief to see he's back in top form again.
Next up on the high bar, Li Jing from China. He's already won 2 events at these World Championships, the pommel horse and the parallel bars. 22 years of age.
In my opinion, the high bar finals is the most exciting event in all of gymnastics because in order to win, the gymnasts have to go for the huge tricks, and Li Jing has a big trick, the Gaylord 1. Let's see if he can make it.
You know, he fell on this event at the last World Championships.
That cost him, dropping him all the way down to 21st in the all-around. It was a really unfortunate, unusual mistake for Li Jing. Focus on the clean body line and good rhythm. Here comes his release. It's the Gaylord in the pike position. Perfect. That's the best I've ever seen him do it. That's the move he fell on at the last World Championships. Second release. This is what's great about the high bar finals. They're really hanging the big moves way out there on the end of their fingertips on the releases. There's the dismount.
There's some emotion for you.
This is the Gaylord 1, invented by Mitch Gaylord. It's piked. And watch where he regrasps exactly where he wants to be to continue his movement, not break any rhythm as he goes into the Stalder or endo shoot.
Score to beat 9.700 by Yukio Ikitani. He should do that.
Yeah, he'll beat that for sure. Be interested to see how high the judges go here. There are still some great performers yet to come.
9.825 announced to the crowd, and that's our new leader. For some, high speed and fast spins are considered a thrilling rush. So I guess it's appropriate that Bart Connor investigates this phenomenon.
Is the Great American Scream Machine your idea of a good time? Well, then you're not unlike many daring athletes who love to go fast and fly high, risk it all to win. To do so, you must develop a sense of where you are at all times. Do you like that kind of action? Well, if you're a thrill seeker, then maybe gymnastics is for you. I'll never forget the day I was 10 years old and I first learned a giant swing on the high bar. It's an incredible thrill, and I always wish there were a way we could show people exactly how exciting that is. Well, thanks to technology and the helmet cam, what I'm calling the Bart cam, we can do it. Come on, let's go for a ride. Although we focus on a spot on the floor to keep from getting dizzy, this is essentially what it looks and, more importantly, feels like to swing around the high bar. Oh man, I've been doing that for 24 years and it's still a lot of fun. Are you a little dizzy? Don't worry, you'll get over it.
And what's amazing is Bart did all of that in one take. Anyway, our next athlete on the high bar is Grigory Mishutin, representing the Commonwealth of Independent States. He could easily be called the finest gymnast in the world because he won the all-around competition at the last World Championships. It was the 8th consecutive gold medal for a Soviet male in all-around competition at the World Championship level. As it turned out, it was also the last such award for a Soviet athlete.
Mishutin has the Gaylord move that we've seen from some of the other gymnasts. He does it in the tucked position. It's interesting, there are a lot of specific requirements that the judges are looking for, but what the fans like most are the high-flying releases and the big dismounts, and Mishutin has one of each. Right at the beginning, here comes the Gaylord. Nice. One-arm giant swings to a beautiful Ginger backflip with a half twist. Well done. Now all he has left is the triple back somersault for the dismount. Fulfills the inverted giant requirement. Here it comes. What a landing. This is one of the best triples in the world. He keeps really good form. And watch, the first one happens on the way up, the second one is at the top, and the third one is on the way down. Great landing. How does he do it? That's a lot of flipping before you spot the ground.
The shooting score, 9.862. That puts him into the lead ahead of Li Jing. Final athlete, Igor Korobchinski. He'll be trying to beat his Commonwealth teammate Grigory Mishutin's score of 9.862 for the high bar title.
It's interesting, when Korobchinski won the floor exercise, he didn't do the most difficult routine in the finals, but he did the smartest routine and he performed it perfectly. It's the same case on high bar. One of the reasons he was the world champion a few years ago. He has routines that have enough difficulty, but they're smartly produced so that he doesn't take any unnecessary risks. Here's his release. Reverse hect. Reverse hect. Slight form breaks. He really has nice style. Here's the dismount. It's a triple.
Hard to believe it. When he was in 8th grade, he almost ran away to join the circus, isn't it?
Looks like he did to me. This is a smart routine. He only did 2 release moves, different from some of the others that do 3 or 4. But the best part, obviously, is the triple back. It's hard to keep good form and land so well.
Korobchinski's teammate Mishutin is our current leader at 9.862. That's the score he's hoping to beat. Korobchinski's marks, 9.787. Not good enough for the win, but good enough for 3rd place. So let's look at the results in the men's high bar competition. Grigory Mishutin wins the gold. Li Jing wins his 3rd medal in the championships with the silver. Korobchinski takes the bronze. As you see the winners of this year's championships, it's interesting to note that the men's contest provided an opportunity for a strong challenge to the old Soviet dominance from both North and South Korea as well as China. But for now, old habits die hard as athletes from the newly named Commonwealth of Independent States won or shared gold in 5 of 6 of the men's events. For the women, this marks only the 2nd time since 1954 that athletes from what was the Soviet Union failed to win a single gold medal. The main reason was a pair of powerhouse performances by America's Kim Zmeskal. The world is anxiously awaiting an Olympic rematch. For Bart Connor and Kathy Johnson, this is John Neighbor saying so long from Paris.
We hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the World Championship. I think it's safe to say our American women will make it a very interesting summer in Barcelona.
Kim Zmeskal, America's first world all-around champion. Remember her perfect 10 at the Indianapolis World